Hello everyone. Perhaps you've seen a WWE wrestling match, and perhaps you've seen a real wrestling match where the wrestler is wearing a singlet, or as some like to call it, a onesie. In this speech, we're going to be talking about real wrestling and how it could affect your life and impact you if you were to join. Before we dive into this information about this sport, I'm going to give you the basic definition of wrestling. Wrestling is a general term for a combat sport between two competitors. Two competitors. There is no team for you to rely on when you're out there wrestling on the mat. There's a coach in your corner, maybe he's giving you instructions, but there really is no one else to help you. It's you alone on the mat with another opponent. The main objective in wrestling is to pin your opponent's shoulder blades to the mat. And this may seem difficult at first, but it's not as difficult considering that you guys are both in the same weight. And these are called weight classes. Some wrestlers like to move up in their weight classes, result in an increase in muscle and fat. And some wrestlers like to decrease in their weight class, result in a decrease in muscle and fat. Either path you choose, if you do it the correct way, it's a healthy way to live your life. In wrestling, it requires heavy conditioning for your body, heavy lifting, depending on what weight you are. If you're a lower class weight, you're not going to want to lift as much as a heavy class weight. And of course, wrestling comes with a lot of techniques that you need to know to get you to improve your position on the mat. Now, say you've been practicing wrestling for a couple of months, say you've been to a few competitions and you've wrestled there, but you've never placed first. You go home, you learn from your losses, you work on them, and then you come back and you earn first place. Once you get first on that podium and you have your medal around your neck, you're going to look back at all the hard work that you've done, and you're going to say, wow, all that sacrifice that I've made has paid off. From my time, my money, maybe you haven't been eating as much because you need to make the weight class. And this brings an unexplainable level of satisfaction. According to Medium.com, wrestlers obtain the strength necessary for the dedication the sport requires. Last but not least, we're going to talk about how wrestling can change your mentality form. It could change it from having a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. A fixed mindset, for example, is seeing a great athlete and thinking in your head, wow, I'm never going to be as great as that. He's the only one that has only been made for that. Versus a growth mindset, if you have that, you're going to see that athlete and you're going to think, wow, I'm going to strive to become better than that. I'm going to practice so I could be better than him and work harder. This requires you to push yourself past your limits, not to your limits, but past your limits. It requires a lot of self-discipline. A growth mindset can help you strive to become better in life with whatever obstacle is thrown at you. Now, we've talked about how wrestling can benefit your health, how it can benefit your mentality, how it can bring satisfaction, and it is vital to know that wrestling is a sport that is very easy to fall in love with. And rather than another human, this sport will never ever leave you. Instead of backing out of conflict, you'll soon learn how to tackle it. Thank you.